A little known fact of entering Thailand is that you actually need to have a minimum amount of funds in your bank account. Thai immigration almost never asks for this, but when you're applying for a visa, you actually do need to show this. And if you're entering Thailand without a visa, you don't need to do it, but you could be asked for it as well. So let's get into it. There are generally two cases that you need to show a bank statement. The first is when you're applying for a Thai tourist visa, and you need to show about 20,000 baht per person and 40,000 baht if you're traveling with your family. That is your bank statement needs to show that, okay, for sure when you're applying for a visa. So that's about $600, $700 at current exchange rates, although it can vary depending on which country you're from and which country you're in. Now, the second is when you're applying for a Thai tourist visa at a local consulate. Okay, it's generally the same requirement, and again, it can vary slightly depending on what country you're in. So be sure to ask the consulate. So this is important if you're making a border run to a country like Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia, or the Philippines. So an additional thing is that your bank statements need to be current to the present month. You can't like give them a 6-month bank statement or something like that. It generally will not be accepted. The rule is that anything over 30 days, they don't want to see it. They're even like looking askance at statements that are like 2 or 3 weeks old. So for best results, get your statement printed the morning that you're going to be presenting it, either online or to the local consulate. So when you print out your bank statement or when you get the PDF of your bank statement, if you're doing it online, make sure it has the date on it, the current date, like when is the statement end date, what the date this was printed out. Most bank statements generally have those two dates on it. And it should clearly show the balance, and it should, show what currency the balance is in, because they will do a currency conversion to see if it matches up with that 20,000 or 40,000 baht. And the statement should also clearly show your name and the address. The address is generally not 100% required, but we've seen in our experience that having your address there can make things a lot easier for you. All right, we've seen a few customers try to blank out information on the bank statement when they send it to us or when they send it to the consulate. And generally, I understand this this need to do it. Privacy is important, but we've seen that when you blank out information on a statement, generally the application will get rejected. You have to put a bank statement in with that information. So the bank statement, yeah, it's very important to apply for a 60-day tourist visa. I don't know of an alternative to a bank statement. Maybe some letter from your bank or something like that, but I've never seen anybody having to use that. And $600, $700 is not a lot of money. If you're traveling, come on, you need to have at least that amount of money in your bank that you're going to be using to support yourself while you're in the country. We've seen a few people give us bank statements with as little as $200, and some with bank statements with a lot of money inside of it. Okay, so obviously we know which one is not going to be accepted and all of that. So what other financial requirements are necessary for other kinds of Thai visas, like an O visa or an SDB visa? The big answer is it depends. It depends on the reason for the O visa. For example, an O visa, which somebody is going to see their Thai wife, you need to show like 5,000 US dollars as a requirement, okay? And it depends on the amount depends on whether or not you're in the UK or the USA as well. It varies. So for the O visa, because there are so many different kinds of O visa, like when we're doing the application, it's just going to tell us, hey, for this O visa, for this specific case, these are the financial requirements that are going to be. So we and they can change this all the time, but it's usually about the same. But we are not going to know until we start the application based on the requirement. So it can be, as I said before, from as little as 700 US dollars or 5,000 US dollars, 10,000 US dollars I've seen in some cases. So, you gotta have some money in the bank. So what about if you're entering Thailand without a visa? You're just coming in, you're getting your 30-day visa exemption stamp, which means no visa. You don't have to show anything at this point in most cases. Just enter Thailand. And I think, post COVID and everything, people just want, the Thai government just wants people to come here. So they're not really like, hey, I want to see your bank statements. Hey, log into your bank on your phone so that we can see how much money you have. Nobody's really doing that. But in a few cases, we have heard that people have been asked to show some kind of bank statement, credit card account, or actual cash in their pockets. Okay. They want to see, I mean, it depends on the immigration officer. If they think that, hey, this person looks like they're like a bum or something like that, then maybe you might be asked to show that you can actually support yourself in Thailand. Okay. And just like everything else in Thailand, all these decisions are up to the discretion of the immigration officer that you encounter. So it's always to be nice, dress nicely, speak nicely, be respectful, all of these things, and you won't have any problems. Okay. But yeah, you do need some money to enter Thailand. The Thai government wants you to be able to support yourself. If something goes wrong, even things like you notice now, just before COVID, you didn't need travel insurance. It was a perfectly voluntary thing. Now you pretty much have to have travel insurance. I don't see that requirement changing anytime soon. Because Thailand, especially with a really good healthcare system, has been burned a lot by people coming and getting sick, and then the Thai government has to take over and eat those expenses of taking care of that for us. So that's what that is all about. I think even there's been a few hundred baht increase in the fees to enter Thailand, which you pay when you buy your ticket. Um, and so there's my cat in the background. And so that is to help with these kind of situations as well. So there's a lot of the reasons for needing to have some money when you enter the country. 99% of the time, if you're just entering and you're not getting a visa, then nobody cares. You can just come in with $1 in your pocket and that's it. You're fine. But when you're applying officially for a visa, it does matter. So if you need help to get your tourist visa, to get your O visa, like for example, if you're going to visit your wife in Thailand, if you're going to visit your children or something like that, you can contact us at the link in the description below, and we will be able to help you. We know all of this. We have done quite a lot of these visas, and we'll get you, your visa set up, whether it's for tourism, STV visa, O visa, or even a retirement visa or something like that. All right. So if you like this information, then subscribe to the channel and like the video, of course. Hit the like button, and we'll talk to you soon again. Take care. Bye.
What are you waiting for?
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 Yes, correct. What are you waiting for? The world may not be in a great shape right now, but it's very possible to come to Thailand. It's actually easier to live in Thailand for a longer time than it was before. With one smile can get you the right long-term visa, find a perfect house, open the local bank account, or even open the business here. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description below or go to bahtsmile.com and get started.